Hi guys, so this is Rahul. So I am here with a new video, which is also very important for a fresher, especially if you are aspiring to be a software developer and you don't know, you don't have a definite plan for it. So this video you should watch it till the end, and I can again assure you, you will get a lot of information which will pave a definite way, which if you follow definitely or you are going to get a job. So please stay tuned for some time. It will not make take much time, but yeah, it will take some time to explain me what are those points that the fresher misses when they want to become a developer. What is the thing which they miss, and what is the one thing which matters the most, like what makes the difference. So what is that point? So just stay tuned for this thing. So so let's suppose you are a fresher, you are in final year, or you're just recently passed out, and somewhere you have heard that okay, Java is in demand, Python is in trend, Node.js is also going good, and you try to be one of that. You want to pursue one of those technology. Like suppose somebody wants to become a full stack developer, somebody wants to become a backend developer in Java, Python, somebody wants to become a front end developer in React.js. Okay, any developer, what is the one thing which matters the most, and why companies like generally don't entertain fresher that much? And if they entertain fresher, what they're uh, looking for the in the profile, like for a fresher to get hired, uh, like what they're looking for in the profile. Okay, what is it one main thing which makes the difference? Okay, what is that one main thing? So I would say the main thing is that people sometimes people contact me directly and they say, "Sir, I have learned Python, I have learned Node.js, and I'm not getting a job. I have learned basics things. I've done this project. That is a project I've done. Okay, I have made this apps, and still I have uploaded this thing in my GitHub profile. Still, I'm not like don't know how to get in. Like what needs to be, what additional things I need to do to get a job and become more employable." Okay, so I will answer all these things here. See, what I understand from company point of view, and since I'm working in industry also, all the companies is looking for one thing and only one thing which matters, that have you made any kind of project, any kind of real world project. Okay, now suppose you say, "Oh, sir, yes, I have made a project. I have made let's suppose you will say, sir, I have made just a moment, you will say that I have made a calculator app." Okay, somebody will say, sorry, calculator app. Somebody will say, sir, I have made a what I can say, uh, I have made a to do app. Okay, and somebody will say, sir, I have made some kind of something else, basics. But what I understand from these things, that these things are very basics. I will classify in very basic things. This is like good for nothing. Okay, these are good for nothing because these are very basics. Okay, and basic thing, and most of the time, what you are doing is those basic things are also you are trying, like everybody is doing the same thing. Okay, calculator, to do app. So most of the time what is happening, what I see, people are just going to copy and paste. So you're doing copy paste, you are referring some material and say, okay sir, yes, I have done this project. Huh. And but at the most of the time you're doing is copy paste. More than 90% people do that same thing and then say, sir, I am not getting a job. What is the problem? See, when we talk about project, these are not project. This is not a project. This is like a very small kind of a thing which I will not classify as a project. So project is something. Okay, uh, when we say projects, so projects is something which has to be little bit complex. So how we'll classify what is the meaning of projects? So I would say it will has to be little bit complex. Okay, it has to be like have a real world functionality. Okay. Suppose you're using some apps. Lot of apps you use, correct? You use online food ordering apps, you use other kind of apps. So it should reflect some kind of real world functionality. Okay, it should not just be a demo project. It should have some, at least, I'm not saying you include a lot of functionality, but it should be a little bit, it should reflect, okay, you're doing some real world. Okay, then you have to do validations also. Like validations also, what do you mean by validations? Somebody is using your app, they input wrong data in that thing. So your system should not break. So have you also applied validation in that thing or not? So these are some points you should remember, which will classify into a project. Okay, so one is complex, one is real world, one is validations and error checking. Okay, thinking about the security. This is also so these things are important because these things are required in industry. At least the first three is more important. Fourth one is a little bit more advanced. You may not get that much time, but you should at least know the basic how security works. If you're working on a mobile app or a web app, if you're a front-end developer or a back-end developer, how you will make your app more secure. Okay, so these are basic things which you must know. Then only it will classify as a project which at least stands out as a, I will say, real world kind of a thing. So these are all real world uh, like attributes which should be present in your project. Otherwise, that project is like nothing. Like if you say I have made a some kind of ping pong game or something like that, that is good for learning purpose, coding purpose. For real world application, it will not mean like that much helpful for your profile. So if you're building a profile, you should think about these things. So what do I mean by real world app? So let me give you a simple example. Let's suppose you visit a job portal. You're searching for a job. Okay. So basically, obviously, jobs will be stored in some database. Okay, you upload your resume. It gives you recommended job. Okay, you change the skills. It will give you some jobs matching your profile. So these kind of projects I can classify as real world. For example, suppose you uploaded your what I can say resume on job portal. So whenever it matches with your job, you'll get a like a mail that okay, these are the new job profile based on your job matches. Okay, or you're based on your profile. So how thing is happening? How this thing is happening? How these things work? So I know this sounds very advanced, but my point is that you have to like stretch a little. Don't take it so easy that I will do a simple things and I will get a job. And it is competition is high there. And if you want a definite plan, I am here to give you a definite plan. Okay, I'm making a video for you guys only because I want to give you a definite plan which you can then execute over the next 6 months or no, over next 1 year or 2 year. Okay, but if you execute that plan, you will definitely get a job. So this way you save your time also and everybody's time because if you are not sure that what to do, first of all, to solve the problem, you have to understand. Sorry, to find a solution, you have to first get a get a hold of the problem. What is the problem in hand? Then only you can solve it. So the problem in hand is very simple. You have to do real world applications. You have to make real world applications, some kind of complex applications. Okay, something which for which company like will like to hire you, and they will also like to give you a good salary because of your knowledge and skills. So you have to raise uh, take yourself to that level where the company will find it like that okay, yeah, this person is like really have done something good. They know the basic things. I don't have to spoon feed them, and they can be valuable for us. So then definitely company will hire you. For that thing you have to make complex apps. You can't make simple apps and say okay sir, why I'm not getting these are not projects. These are not projects. Okay, and then everybody is doing the same. Okay, so how are you different? And what is that? How what is the differentiator? If 10 people are applying for a job and the openings is only one or two, there's a competition. Some will get a job, somebody will not get a job. So how to make sure that you are ahead in the competition? to become to race ahead in the competition, you have to do more work. So the more hard, not I will say hard, but the more, what I will say, the things you will do one by one will pile up slowly, one day, second day, third day. Okay, and once it pile ups, it will once it will accumulate slowly, and then it will become valuable. So do one thing at a one time. Okay, and then slowly you'll see the difference. Okay, make a plan, work daily. Okay, but and one more important thing about projects is what, please don't copy paste, because if you're copy pasting, like, I see, okay, after I made an e-commerce project, but what is great in that, you're most of the time you're doing copy paste what other people are doing. So what unknown kind of things you have made. So see, in company, suppose you go in a company, what will happen? When you go in a company will give you a task that complete this. That task will be not known. There is no known solution for that task. You have to explore that thing on your own. So basically, in when you go in a company, based on your fundamental skills, you have to do an unknown task, basically. Okay, unknown task or unknown project. Correct. It is a challenging thing. I understand. This is a challenging thing. So similarly, here also you choose a project you do on yourself. Don't take anybody's help. Do it on yourself. Whatever you're doing. Okay, so try to venture into unknown territory and challenge yourself. That okay, sir, I want to do this thing. Can I do this thing? Let me try. If only when you will do something unknown, like using the skills you know. Suppose you have learned Python. You say, okay, sir, I know Django, I know Flask. So my question to you will be, what projects you have done in Django? What projects you have made in Flask? Can you make a simple online test software in Django and Flask? Or can you make a attendance system in Django and Flask by yourself without copying the code from anywhere? That is what matters. Like doing things on your end and doing it by yourself without taking the help. So if you're copying pasting from the net, and then there's no point on doing that thing, then you're not like developing the habit of problem solving. Okay, so in IT industry, not everything will be known before. If you enter into IT industry, even as an experienced developer, if I go in some company, I may have to like work on something which I never have worked before, some technology, something. So I need to explore that thing. I need to know how that works. So this is what is expected from a developer, that you should do things by maximum things by your own. Only when you're stuck in some point you seek the help of your senior, something like that. But most of the thing you have to do on your own. This is what is expected. So when we talk about projects, I'm again emphasizing this point. Don't like do the common thing which everybody is doing. Just think, just see around you. What is that you want, you would like to make. Okay, so try those things. Try those things, because that is what will make the difference. Even if you are a front end developer or a back end developer or a full stack developer, just think like that. Okay, what is that it matters. Okay, so basic things like doing these things are not projects. And I've seen a lot of institute floating, oh sir, I will we are going to take 30 projects in the course, we'll provide 10 projects. That those are not projects, those are just assignments. Because you're a fresher, you don't understand. For you programming is like a big thing. So you think, okay, this is too much for me. But from industry point of view, that is nothing. So there is a gap in what institute is teaching you and what is industry is needed, it wants from you. So to cover this gap, first of all, you don't listen to the institute, listen to the industry. Because industry is who is the entity which will hire you, not the institute. Okay, they are just giving you, like, they are just running their own business. So they will tell you what you need to hear, but not all the good things. It's not like all the good things you hear is actually good for you. Okay, they can talk you sweet things, but not those are beneficial for you every time. Okay, reality is sometimes harsh, it is brutal, it is bitter. Okay, so ये पॉइंट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, फिर से मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूँ कि इंडस्ट्री को क्या चाहिए, जो इंडस्ट्री को चाहिए आप वो करो। इंडस्ट्री बोलते हैं कि मुझे प्रोडक्ट्स चाहिए, आपने क्या प्रोडक्ट्स बनाया है, किस तरह प्रोडक्ट्स बनाया है, कैसे बनाया है, खुद से बनाया है क्या, विदाउट टेकिंग योर एनीबडी हेल्प, that is what matters. So this is very important. Okay, now how do you plan that thing, like how do suppose what is, I was talking about the plan. Okay, so how do you plan this thing? So what I will say is very simple. Don't go for shortcuts. Okay, minimum you need a 6 months plan, or a 1 year plan, or a 1.5 year plan. Okay, don't go for small plans, because small things will not work. You need a definite plan, then you have to work for longer time and stick to that plan. Okay, shortcut may you want to try this thing also, you want to try that thing also. Sometimes you will learn Python, sometimes you will learn React.js, sometimes you will learn something else. There's no point in that. Focus on only one technology and go deep in that. Instead of learning everything and doing basic in this calculator and to do app which is of zero value. Okay, चूज वन थिंग, एक चीज चूज करो, उस पर वर्क करो। ठीक है, अभी मैं बोलता हूँ 6 मंथ्स। अगर आपका 6 मंथ्स का प्लान है तो 6 मंथ्स में सपोज यू आर लर्निंग, आई से लेट सपोज यू आर लर्निंग Python. So my question to you is, in 6 months, what you have done in Python? Okay, so let me focus mostly on Python developer side. So in Python developer, most of the companies are looking for web development. So in web development, they will look for some kind of expertise on the front end like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Sometimes they will need only backend development like REST APIs in Python. So my question is then, what is your plan? Which path are you going to take? And in the 6 months, are you going to make a Django app or a Flask-based app? And how it should look like? Okay, and suppose you are, so you choose a simple thing. Okay, suppose you start with basics things, you copy paste from internet, not a issue. Okay, now suppose you complete this thing in 2 months, basic things. Now if you complete this basics things in 2 months, what you will do for next 4 months, what is your plan? So then you have to challenge yourself. Okay, I want to make this thing not super complex but little bit complex. You have to choose, then work on that thing for 1 month, 2 months, again choose something else. Okay, so this is how you have to plan, and you have to need to track the activity. Like tracking is also very important. Like how you're tracking. Okay, suppose you look back and say, सर मैंने ये 3 महीने में क्या क्या सीखा पाइथन में, ठीक है, मैंने क्या क्या प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाया, what like am I seeing improvement in myself or not? So you can track yourself daily. Like अच्छा, you can note, make a diary or something and track it कि अच्छा मैंने आज क्या सीखा। ठीक है, अभी हर दिन मेरा इंप्रूवमेंट हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा। इफ every day you're improving, you're on the right track. Today or tomorrow you're going to get a job internship, whatever, something you will get. But if you're not moving in the right track, okay, and not tracking your progress, you may get lost. You will try for some time, after that you will become demotivated, or you're not doing practice enough, you will forget everything. So tracking is also very important. Okay, so make a daily tracker and see, sir, what I have done, what new things I have learned today. Okay, what projects I have done today, what activities I have done today. So daily tracking is very very important, your things, to maintain the momentum. What, why I am saying this thing, because momentum. ठीक है, अगर आप डेली करोगे, एक गोल बनाओगे कि मुझे कितना करना, मैंने क्या किया, ठीक है, ट्रैक करोगे, तो यू विल बी ऑल्सो लाइक इंट्रोस्पेक्टिंग योर सेल्फ, है ना, यू आर ऑलवेज लुकिंग लाइक टेकिंग योर ओन फीडबैक कि मैंने अभी क्या किया, क्या मेरा नहीं हो पाया है, कहाँ, what is the like topics which I am struggling, I have to do. So make a daily tracker things and work on that daily. Track it continuously. Let it take time, not an issue. Okay, so these things also important, very very important, because what happens after sometimes you do the basics, then you think, sir, I don't have any work to do. What should I do? So I say you can do 100 of projects. Who is stopping you from doing any project? Okay, nobody is going to spoon feed you. Acha, this is the code. They take it. You have to think what code to write. That is the job of a software developer. They will write the code. Okay, so the more code you will write, you become better. So if you really want to become a good developer, start these basic things. जितना जल्दी स्टार्ट करो उतना अच्छा है आपके लिए, बिकॉज कंपनी में आप लेट से स्टार्ट करोगे, इट्स अ प्रॉब्लम. So start early, like do these things, do these basic things like uh, tracking your activity, taking the momentum, okay, tracking. So these all things are very very important, which I am trying to make you understand. Okay, so these things is very very important. These things are very very important. Okay. So what else is important? Yeah. So this 6 months plan. Why I have taken 1 year? See, it could take you 1 year because somebody is, let's suppose, don't know any programming language. They want to become a Python developer. Then first 2 to 3 months, 3 months or maybe more than that can can be devoted only to learn programming, basic programming, like basic coding. Okay, learning basic foundations and practicing like if else logic, for loops, and all those things. It will take you 3 to 4 months to become better at that. Then you start with other things like learning about web technology, what is HTML, what is CSS, what is REST APIs, and all those things. So it takes time. So again, you have to make understand where do you stand as of now and why I have written 1 year, why I have written 1.5 year. Because somebody is like studying in college. Okay, so they're not getting full time to study. They're getting part time to study. Sometimes they will have semester exams. Then you make a long term plan that okay, this semester I'll cover these things. Next semester I'll make some projects in this thing. Maybe I will learn backend development in this semester. So I have given, take your time. It takes time. Okay, you will not see the result in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. It takes time. So I am trying to emphasize, even it takes 1 year, it's not a problem if you are trying to move towards the goal. अगर 1 साल भी लग गया तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है? Ultimately you're getting a job, you're securing your career. People are like roaming here and there from 2 to 3 years and not getting any job. Okay, so even if it takes 1 year, what is the problem? That is my point. You have to value the job. You have to value the job. It is going to be a very good salary. It is a very promising career, IT developer. So वहां तक पहुंचना आसान नहीं है. Even it takes 1.5 year, even it takes 2 years. What is the problem? No problem. First year, learn programming, improve your programming skills. Second year, do more projects. There's no one is stopping you. If you follow a definite plan, you will reach to your destination. But at least you should know where you need to reach. Okay, it takes time. Okay, so make a plan, and and then execute it. Okay, so why I'm saying these things, if you follow, this is a definite plan. Why I'm saying definite plan? Because see, the more you practice, you're becoming good at things. Okay, you practice for 6 months, you become good. You practice for 1 year, you become more better. You practice for 1.5 2 years, you become more better. And companies are looking for more and more experienced developer. That is a trend. That is a demand from industry, that the more experience you have more value. So आपको लग रहा है कि मैं सर 1 साल से 2 साल से कर रहा हूँ लेकिन मुझे जॉब नहीं, बट in a way you are increasing your value. One time will come when you will get a job. You just wait for it, but not just wait for it. I have told you this thing. Daily you should progress it. Are you doing something? Are you increasing? Like, are you improving your skills? Because if you're just waiting for okay somebody will give you a job and not doing anything, that is like a, what I can say, that is a stupidity. Sorry for my words, but this is not how things work. Daily you should increase your chances. Okay, and only you can increase the chances daily when you track it. What is my level right now? If my coding is not good, do more coding practice. If your HTML CSS skills is not good, like make a separate time for that thing to learn front end development, also basics. These are basic things. So have a definite plan. Only if you have a definite plan, then only it is going to work. Otherwise, it is not going to work. Okay. So these are very, very important things. Okay. And you should work on those things. Additional things is like what companies are looking for. You can, if you just go through job portals, you will know what skills the companies are looking for. Like, are they looking for only Python or Django, or they also want you to learn Angular as well, or React as well? What are the complete set of skills? Okay, so you have to go and search for those things. But my point is, make a plan, do complex things, don't go for shortcuts. Okay, track your activity, Build the momentum. Momentum is very important. Okay, you might be thinking why I'm repeating myself, but these things people miss. Freshers especially miss these things. I have to overemphasize these things. You are doing things like in a firefighting way, not following a plan, not following a straight line. Follow a straight line and you will get the job. You will feel sometimes very good when you solve the problem. Sometimes you are not unable to solve the problem. You feel यार ये मुझसे नहीं हो पा रहा है, it's very hard. But see, everybody goes through that. ऐसा नहीं था कि every developer who is working in IT industry is very Farooq kind of engineer. It's not like that. सबको hard लगता है starting में. Slowly they improve with experience. So even if you're feeling this is hard, it's okay. आज ये hard लग रहा है but आपको 6 महीना बाद वो easy लगेगा. बट प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि आप पहले ही वो मतलब पहले ही आप गिव अप कर देते हो, है ना? आप 6 महीना टाइम ही नहीं देते हो, आप उसको प्रैक्टिस कर दोबारा विजिट करो, तो फिर से एक बार ट्राई करो, तो हो जाता है. बट यू डोंट फोकस ऑन दिस, यू जस्ट वांट जॉब एसएप. ठीक है, बस जल्दी जॉब चाहिए, वो डोंट डू दैट थिंग. डोंट डू. एवरीबॉडी वांट्स टू गेट वेरी गुड जल्दी, सबको जल्दी जॉब चाहिए, उसमें तो नो डिफरेंस इज देयर, बट मिलता तो नहीं है ना. ऐसा कभी नहीं होता कि वॉट एवर वी एस्पायर विल गेट एवरीबडी. अगर वैसा होता तो एवरीबडी विल बी हैप्पी. Okay, so sometimes you have to understand the real world problems. You will not get what you aspire for. So you have to wait for it. Okay, do some waiting. Now the last point. Okay, so how do you do these things? Should you do self-learning, or you should join some institute or take some guidance? Okay, this is very important point. This is very important point. Yeah. So let me give you a real-time story. I will give my story only. When I was in class 10th and passed out to 11th, I was very good student. And I used to think, yeah, I am very good in maths, I am very good in all the subjects, and I have very analytical mind, and I will. So I was very confident that I can crack IITs, and I will crack IITs without any help, and I can learn most things on my own. I'm able to solve the problem on my own. So what I did, I tried for preparing for IIT, but on my own. So I followed this path, self-learning. Okay, and many of my friends was who used to go to institute. I used to think, yeah, these people are not so much brilliant. I am the brilliant person. I am the mind with I am the person with very genius mind. But then when I gave the IIT first time, then I realized what is the mistake I did. That I did not take the guidance, and because of that, I lived in my own world. If I'm doing so simple thing, suppose you have 100 topics to prepare. Out of 100 topic, which is the important topic, which is not the important topic, those things a teacher can guide you, and the more time the teacher will spend you will become better. For example, suppose somebody goes in a very big institute in Kota and Delhi, the fees is much higher, but why they're charging more fees? Because they have the quality, and then they have the ratio less. Like suppose in one institute, if one trainer is teaching 100 and 200 of students, in some institute they're only teaching 30 students. So obviously 30 students, if they're teaching, they can ask their doubts. So that quality will differ, and that will make a difference. That is also one of the things. Okay, and it make a difference. So I will say, if I would have got a guidance, I would have respected that thing. I would have secured a much better rank in IITs and a much better college. But it's okay. So my point is that here also, if you're doing this thing, self-learning is good, but it is not very good, because if you are taking guidance, so I'm not saying take the guidance from institute. You can find a person. Okay, that person can be your senior or can be your relative, anybody. I'm not saying go in an institute. If you're having a person, that is the best thing you can have. Okay, he can guide you or she can guide you. That is the best thing. My point is taking the guidance. Okay, because when you take the guidance you make less mistake, because these people have already made those mistake. तो आप मिस्टेक रिपीट नहीं करते हो, है ना? You know that what where they can correct you when you're going wrong, but in self learning nobody can correct you. Okay, other thing is that nobody will come to push you. अच्छा आपने आज पढ़ाई नहीं किया, आज टास्क कंप्लीट, आज you are not feeling low, you want to give up, nobody will say okay don't give up. But in this thing somebody can say okay don't give up, try more, try. Somebody will push you, but self learning nobody will push you. So I will say I will leave that to you. That is your choice to make. but obviously guidance matters. Okay, it doesn't matter you're preparing for a job. Okay, if guidance doesn't matter, then nobody will go into IITs and IIMs and pay so much heavy fees and learn those things. Well, so guidance matter at the end of the day. Okay, whether you accept it or not. Okay, if YouTube and Udemy is very good, then nobody will be like everybody should quit the colleges and study online. But that is not that is not what happens. Okay, that is what is advertised to you. Okay, you can learn on self, but that is not always true. Guidance is very important. It makes the difference. Okay, what will happen? Suppose if you're doing self learning for getting the same job, it may take you 1.5 year, 2 years. But if you have a proper guidance, somebody guiding you, same thing you can achieve in 6 months, even less. Because then they know what things you need to have in your skills, in your resume, what skills you have to focus. They can help you in that. Okay, so they can save your time. Self learning will take you more time to get a job. People can get a job, people do get a job still now, but it takes more time. Okay, so these things are very important, but the one thing I was talking about here is the project. Don't ignore it. That is the most important thing which companies are looking for in your resume from you. How much things you have developed on your own. And if you have not, then take it from me that you're of no value. If you just done basic things, then you are good only for intern position. That also they will pay you very less salary. If you're happy with that, no problem. But if you really want a good job, good salary, okay, and you want that, okay, you should not have a double mind whether I will get a job or not. If you don't want that confusion whether you will get a job or not, have a definite plan, work on those things, and you will get a job. Eventually, you'll get a job. One day will come where your skills and value will match to what industry is looking for. But that takes time. That may take you 1 year or 2 year or 3 years. Okay, but you are not willing to wait for that much time. But anyway, you have to wait because if you don't get a job, what you will do? You'll think of something else and you will move here and there. So my point is that don't move here and there. Stick to a plan, work on that plan, and execute that plan, and you'll get a job. Okay. So already you have taken like good amount of time. I will stop that video. But I hope that you take this as positively. Don't take it negatively. Okay. You will again I'm repeating myself. Not everything you will hear will be according to you. Okay. So you have to take the contrary view, and industry has a contrary view about freshers. Whether you accept it or not, you can blame, okay, industry doesn't want fresher, but they are doing business ultimately. Okay, so they are doing business, so you have to see how do you fit in. तो अगर आपको फिट होना है इंडस्ट्री में तो आपको लेवल बढ़ाना ही पड़ेगा. बेसिक सीख के आप सोचोगे मुझे जॉब लग जाएगा, इट्स फाइन, यू कैन ट्राई एंड देन सी you may get a job, but how many people will get a job? Very less. But if you are following a definite plan, if you are working hard for a longer period of time, you will definitely see a difference. I can guarantee you this thing. Okay, so this thing I will stop the video, and I hope you will really get something from this, and you will improve on things. So thank you and bye.